Hey, my name is Alex with Marc's Mobility, and in this video we're going to show you a mid-wheel drive standing power chair, so stay tuned. What we have here is the mid-wheel version standing power chair by Permobil. They do make a front wheel version called the F standing. This is the M standing. This is a mid-wheel drive chair. Now I do want to go over a couple things right with you first. The front wheel drive version has a 300-pound weight capacity, but this unit here, due to a mid-wheel drive configuration, is going to have a 265-pound weight capacity. Now, we are able to fit this unit to your size, so if you are ordering a chair like this from us, we will send you out a measuring chart, and then upon delivery, this chair will be fitted to the sizes that you give us. So don't worry when I'm going to go over the certain specs, width and length of this. We will fit it to your size. As long as you're under 265 pounds, we will make this particular unit work for you. Another thing I want to mention too is this unit is about 425 pounds overall weight. So with that being said, if you are going to transport it, you do need to know that the only type of outside vehicle lift that will work for this is going to be a Harmar AL 580 XHD, which we also sell new and used. So if you're looking for a lift to pair with this, to pair on the back of your vehicle, now granted it depends on what vehicle you're going to have. It needs to have a really strong tongue weight, such as a Tahoe or any type of truck. But there is a type of electric lift for the back of the vehicle that will support this particular unit. Now, when they say mid-wheel drive, what that means is your drive wheel is going to be located in the middle of the chair. So you are going to have about 8-inch front and rear caster wheels. Those are solid. Then you're going to have your 14-inch drive tire in the middle, which is also going to be a solid tire as well. So mid-wheel drive is going to turn in pretty much the smallest turning radius out of the different drive configurations. And then you are going to be approximately somewhere from the front of the footplate to the back of the back wheel, about 43 to 44 inches in overall length. So that's about what you're going to need in a diameter circle to make that turn. Now, granted, this particular unit being mid-wheel drive, and especially this high end of a mid-wheel drive, you are going to probably want to keep this either inside or on hard top surfaces. Reason being is mid-wheel drive, if these caster wheels turn and soft surfaces, sometimes they can get stuck and then your drive wheels are going to spin in place. Now this unit does specifically state you are able to get up to 20-mile range. Now that's up to, I would say 15 miles is probably going to be a realistic driving range, but it does say up to 20 miles. I believe it's going to be a little over 6 miles an hour top end speed, and we'll actually test out what the top end speed is outside later on in this video demonstration. But this unit is going to come with 75 amp deep cycle gel batteries. They're a recessed post batteries. So if you do own any power chair, we are able to ship you pretty much any and all batteries right to your door. So if you are looking at a chair like this and you already have one and you need replacement batteries, give us a call. We can ship batteries directly to your front door. Now, being a standing chair, it is going to have the full standing function, but it's also going to have your electric seat lift, your electric tilt, your electric recline, and your electric legs. Being a standing chair, it's going to have somewhat of anterior tilt, and then it's also going to have height adjustable legs as well. So there's really no other functions you can get on a Permobil besides what this particular unit has. This unit's also going to come with headlights and tail lights. Now these lights are going to be extremely nice lights. They're not just like a small LED. It is going to be a very bright light. I can kind of show you that now. It's going to be hard to kind of tell from the video demonstration, but do trust me, your tail lights are very nice. Your headlights are very, very, very bright. So it's actually going to light up your path, not just be like a little flashlight so that you're visible, but it will light up your path and where you're intending to drive. You are going to have your hazards, and you're also going to have your left and right turn signal on this particular unit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to go through the seat functions while I start to go over some other things on the unit, just to save some time, because there are so many different things you can do with this particular chair. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the electric seat lift. Now all these chairs are a hair different, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure where we're at in the all the way down position to the top of the pan. So let me make sure we're all the way down right now. We're at about 19 inches right here to the metal pan off the ground. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise the seat up. Now you're able to do everything through the joystick, which we do have a video online. It's called an RNet joystick that will show you how to operate this. Or you can do everything through right here, which is called the ICS switch box. So if you do have a switch box on your unit, you are able to do all the different functions besides the height adjustable feet, which I will show you that here in a little bit. But this is what you're going to be looking like when you're all the way in the elevated position here, and you are able to still drive this unit around. So now, where you're at, top of the seat to the ground is going to be about 30 inches. So this is about 11 to 12 inch of a rise. I've seen some go 12 and a half. I think it's all also dependent on, there is some adjustability of when you're all the way in the low position, how low you go to the ground. I think I've seen some at 17 and a half inches off the ground. This one was closer to 19 inches off the ground. And I believe that's a setting that you can adjust depending on the person's height. Once again, like I said, it does drive in this particular position, but it is going to be driven at a reduced speed. On your ICS box, your buttons will be green. If you see the buttons go yellow, what that means is you are going to be at a reduced speed. If you see the buttons become red, that means you're going to be in a non-safe driving position and the unit will not drive. It needs you to get back into that upright seated position, and then you're going to be able to drive the chair. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the posterior tilt, which is going to be your reverse tilt. So what this is going to be used for here, this is going to take pressure off your lower half. It's going to apply it to your back. What that's going to do is that's going to increase the blood circulation throughout the lower half of your body. That is what is helpful for people that sometimes develop pressure sores from sitting too long in one period of time. Being able to shift their weight, I'm never going to say eliminates, but this would help alleviate some pressure sores just due to taking the weight off of your lower half. Now, while you're in this position here too, these are removable, these legs, so I'm just going to take them off for right now and I'll put them back on when we do the standing. I just don't want them to poke into the front of the seat. So what I'm going to do, leave those to the side. I want to show you how the legs can then come up so that if you were, wanted to get your feet above your heart, that is also something that you're able to do. So you will see right through here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring those legs all the way up, and you will see based on this position that you are able to get your feet, relatively high above your heart. Now, I did mention that this particular unit does have one additional function, and that is going to be the distance between the foot plate to the pan. Now, I'm going to show you at this angle, but you can do it when your legs are bent at a 90-degree angle as well. This one does have to be done through the joystick. It's just not a function that can be done through the ICS switch box. But you will see an up and down arrow on the foot plate. So if you watch the foot plates now, you will see how it's starting to extend out. I don't know, maybe it goes 2 to 4 inches, somewhere in that range. But what that can be useful for too is sometimes people that are in a seated position, when they go back to a recline or tilt, they shift in the chair some and now their knees are not fully straightened out. So by being able to extend that foot plate, that's going to be able to help you be able to lock out your legs. But you can obviously bring them up and down. And we are able to adjust it manually to try to get it to your height, but then you will have that 2 to 4 inches of adjustability through a motor right here in the back of the chair to adjust those feet as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the tilt back down. Let me get back to tilt. All right, bring the tilt. Right now in this position, the tilt button was lit up red. It just switched back to green, so I would be able to drive it when it's green, but would not be able to drive it while it is red. The next function I'm going to show you is going to be the electric recline, and that's pretty straightforward. That's just going to be like if you wanted to lay back like in a bed. So this is going to come back to almost 180 degrees lay flat. So I'm going to go ahead and start to show you that. I'm going to hold this button and give you a couple other bits of information. This particular unit does have a swing away joystick on here, so you are able to swing the joystick to the side so that you can see how you don't have any obstruction in front of your arm. Now this joystick you can put on the right hand side or the left hand side, so we will ask you if you're right or left handed before we ship the chair, and then we can configure that based if you're right or left handed. This is what you're going to be looking like here when you're in the full recline position with your legs elevated. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the recline back up and bring the legs down. I am able to do 2 different seat functions through the ICS box. So I'm going to do both of those right now as we speak. Now this chest bar here is easily removable. If you have a chest bar, you're also able to get like a lap tray because it mounts in the same type of mounting brackets, but you would not be able to have both at the same time. But you are able to get a tray on there if you wanted to take this chest bar out, but that chest bar is used for the standing function. I'm going to go ahead and just take the chest bar out real quick just to show you a few more things on this chair. Both arms flip up. The reason why I took it out is they would flip up at the same time if that chest bar was on there, but you can flip them up individually. They are width adjustable. These are about a 16-inch arm pad. Now you can always upgrade these and get gel arm pads and different types of things. They do make different seating cushions, different back cushions, different headrests. I will tell you, everything is adjustable on this chair. On the back of almost all Permobiles, on the back of the seat, you have an Allen key located right there, and that will actually help you for all the different adjustments. Screws here on your headrest, on your foot plates, the width of your arms. You can use that same tool for most things on the chair to make adjustments. So now I'm going to go over and I'm going to go over another function here. Let's go with see about just the forward anterior tilt. Without the full standing, let's see kind of what this does. Oh, that's the backrest. Give me a second. Let me get back to the tilt. Switch back over. And let's see. Now that we're going to just want to have a little bit of anterior tilt without the full standing motion. But since it is a standing chair, you should be able to get, you know, pretty high up in that interior tight position. There are different seat sizes you can get on this unit. You can get up to 23 inches in width and then down to as narrow as about 17 inches. And then you're also able to go in depth anywhere from 23 inches in depth down to about 15 inches in depth. So like I said, it does not matter what you're going to be, you know, height and weight, as long as you're under that 265 pounds, we will fit it to your size. So because this has a standing function, you can see if you were to hold that tilt button forward, that's going to have a severe, I wouldn't say severe, that sounds like the wrong word. That is going to have an extreme amount of anterior tilt. I'm going to bring it back down just to kind of get you in that normal seating position so that I can then show you the next function that makes this chair truly one of a kind. Now, these are one of the most expensive chairs in the market, so we do try to find these and do try to sell these for, you know, 70% off of what these units can cost new. So I do want to preface that we do try to find these in like new condition with very, very minimal usage. So because I went in that anterior tilt and I brought it back down, so I am going to have to adjust a few more things. Just bring the backrest back up and bring the legs back down. This unit is set up with lateral leg guards. That's these pieces here. Those are removable on both sides. What those are used for is to keep your knees kind of from swinging out. Because what can happen is if people don't have control of the lower half of their body, when their knee starts to swing out, it's going to take their foot and it's going to roll off to the side. Now, before I show you the standing function, I do want to mention these are your knee guards. These are a new type of knee guard. This is the newer style they came out with. Super nice. You can pull this out. You can adjust the tension on it. It's pushed in. You can crank the tension down, but they just literally drop in and click in place. That's what's going to really hold your knees when you're in that standing type position. So once again, this is on the newest style of standing Permobiles. Before you had one big knee block, but I do like these a whole lot more. Before I go into standing too, I want to show you a few more things. You do have dual shocks on this unit on both sides. And then you also have built-in tie-down points. So right here and right here on both sides, you have built-in tie-down points. Now you are able to put an easy lock or a Q-lock vehicle lift system on this type of unit as well. But otherwise, if you want to strap it down public transportation, or if you just have Q-string straps, you're able to tie it down right here and right back here, and the same on the other side. Now we are also able to switch out the shrouds for a very minimal cost. So you will be able to see on the website too all the different colors they offer, and we are able to order those and then ship it with a different color than what this, you know, silver platinum type color is that's currently on it right now. So now last function I want to show you is I'm going to show you the standing ability. So I'm going to go ahead and do it through the ICS box, but you can also do it through the joystick as well. So you're going to go ahead and push this button, and you're going to see how this is going to begin to stand a person up that is paralyzed. Now, if you are paralyzed and you have not stood in a long time, before you buy one of these, we will have you sign a document that's stating you're consulting with a doctor just to make sure it's safe to stand. But this is what you're going to look like in the full standing position here in a second. It's amazing. You can drive it while you're in that fully elevated position as well. It's really, truly one of a kind. There's nothing else out there on the market that does what this does and has the same quality that this chair has. So here we are in that standing position there. I noticed the seat belt over here. Let's bring this back around to the front. All units come with a seat belt. You know, some people do prefer to have a standing chair and then also have like a chest strap. So we are able to add different accessories to the unit. Like I said, the standing position is going to be really helpful. I believe we can even get this a little bit more too with programming and get that chair even higher up, more to a straight up position. So we'll look at that as well to try to see if we can get this even more in a straight standing position. But you will be able to see that you are able to drive this chair from the standing position. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring it back down. You're able to add different accessories here. You have these slide rails on both sides. There's many things you can get. You can get hooks, you can get backpacks on the unit, you can get cup holders, you can get cell phone holders, tablet holders, lots of different things that we also list on the website that they're optional accessories that you can purchase with this particular unit as well. I do want to tell you, you do have two motors in the unit, one on each side. This is big cylinder in the front. If you go ahead and you put it in the unlock position, what that's going to do, that's going to disengage your electromagnetic brake and allow you to push it around, but it will not drive. It will say brake M1 brake error or M2 brake error if you do disengage that motor. So do know it does need to be in the lock position. All that's doing is trying to tell you that you are engaging your electromagnetic brakes and then you're able to drive the unit when you are in gear. Both foot plates do flip up for easy access. You can adjust the tilt of the foot plate. But once again, all that will be done here prior to leaving. The current setup of this unit is about 17 inches wide by about 19 inches in depth. All cushions do sit on Velcro, so the bottom cushion, the back cushion can be changed out. Right now, this back's a 16-inch back. You can go with an 18 or a 20-inch back, but do know it makes the overall width of the chair wider. The current width of this chair is about 24.5 inches. And that does correlate pretty close to what the wheelbase is, but do know if you go with an 18 or a 20 inch, you are going to be anywhere between that 27 or up to 29 inches in overall width to clear door frames. So once again, this unit is a heck of a unit. There's nothing else like this on the market. If you want to follow me outside, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drive this around, so go ahead and follow me out there. All right, this is the Permobil M Standing. I was about 6.3 miles an hour right there. You can see this is on left-hand side, so I'm used to driving this with right-hand controls, but I'll do the best I can do. I'm 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, so you can kind of see the current seating system looks a little bit small for me with the back, but I could fit this to fit my size. But you can look at this really tight turning radius here. This is going to be in that, you know, 22 to 23 inches turning radius, which would mean double that to see how much length you need to turn in a circle. But once again, I mean, you can see on this unit, you can see the headlights out here, how I turned them on. You can see hazards if I flicked those on. I mean, this is really an amazing unit. It does have enough power if I wanted to go in the grass. But like I said, most time people are going to be using this inside their home or just out and about trying to get into a mobility van. Like I said, you can also drive this in the fully elevated seat position as well. I'll go ahead and raise that up and kind of let you know what that speed is going to be. I did mention earlier, obviously when you have a yellow ICS button that lights up, it's going to be at a slower speed, but still pretty quick. I mean, 3.2 miles an hour is what I was getting while the seat was elevating. I mean, obviously you can elevate it while you're driving. You don't have to stop and wait for the whole chair to finish elevating. You can see it's still elevating as we speak here. So if you're looking for a mid-wheel drive standing chair, there's nothing better than this MVS Standing by Permobil. Give us a call. We would love to speak with you.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.